Today I'm here with Derek Mankey, Fortinet's Global Security Strategist, and we're discussing the upcoming Australian data breach legislation, which will be coming into effect in April 2018. Welcome, Derek.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here and speak with you.
So Derek, can you give us an overview of the upcoming data breach legislation, which will be coming into effect next year?
Yeah, I see this as a very historic moment in time. I mean, this is coming in place before Europe's GDPR bill. And what's going to be happening in this case is mandatory compliance for data breaches. This is all about transparency. It's going to affect businesses that have $3 million or more of turnover, but it's also going to impact smaller businesses in terms of transparency. That's what this is all about. If there's a data breach, how do we let everybody know and level the playing field? It's going to change the way that the board and key decision makers look at their investment in security solutions. Because at the end of the day, it's all about visibility, how we know and respond to this. It's going to require responding to, in the event of a breach, notifying client base and also public disclosure within a 30-day period. So it's a quick turnaround time.
So Derek, what are the key factors and steps that board-level executives and decision makers need to be considering?
So in order to comply, they're going to have to look at logging decisions. How do we look at logging and continuously monitor that? Risk assessment, remediation, audits, and so forth as well. They're going to have to look at visibility. To me, the enemy of security is visibility. All too often we're building an invisible, we're building security against an invisible enemy. And so therefore, in order to know if you have a breach, you need good, deep content security solutions. I'm talking about sandboxing and SIM and these other solutions that can actually bring to earth what's happening with all the security events around and making sense of those events so that we can respond to it. Just because you have an infection on a network doesn't mean that you have a breach, right? There's time to respond to these threats, and that can really stop a lot of the bleeding.
So Derek, what are the benefits that organizations will see from making these investments into ensuring that they are aligned to the new legislation?
I think there's great benefit here. I mean, after all, we're talking security, right? I think it's something that's going to bring security to the table. We're talking about investing in security solutions that can both detect and mitigate these threats. At the end of the day, what does that mean? The more that you strengthen your security proactively, that's what this is, it's a proactive measure. There's great benefits that can come from there. And we're talking about potentially mitigating threats that could lead to a breach that's going to be multi-million, we've seen this before in the news, multi-million dollars of revenue losses. And that's a key win in the cybersecurity industry.
Thank you very much, Derek, for your time.
That's my pleasure.